The adverse impacts of globalization are challenging. The land, air, and waters upon which the livelihoods of millions of people depend are being privatized and appropriated and eroded and polluted at a frightening pace. Many villagers, and especially the younger generation, are rapidly moving into cities and urban slums. Sustainable lifestyles and cultural values are being lost in the process. These tensions are likely to increase as natural disasters, pollution, climate change, resource depletion, and economic instability intensify.
And he was saying he was living for many months in an urban slum to improve the situation in the slum, which was great. But then it attracted more people to the slum. And the people brought their family from the villages to the slum as well, because the slum had improved. So the idea to make the traditional villages, the indigenous villages, so attractive, like who was saying it yesterday, Babarla, to attract back the people from the urban slums to the villages. And this idea is very inspiring to me, to make the villages attract the people from the slums.
The Global Eco-Village Network, GEN, set up in 1995, is an umbrella organization dedicated to the creation of a different pathway into the future, one that honors our human responsibility and capacity for collective wisdom.
It's a very strong culture. I feel somewhere inside the strength of the woman is amazing.
Okay.
And unluckily I can't speak Orissa, so I cannot understand,
Okay.
but I can feel it. I had the chance to dance for a while with a group of the women, and I could see how they move, and I could come into the movement and into their rhythm. And there was a moment when I could feel how it makes them be like one. Very good strength. Very beautiful. Well, I'm originally from South Africa, and then I lived in Holland, in Germany, now I live in Scotland. But I am the General Secretary of GEN Europe, Global Eco-Village Network of Europe, and I'm on the international board of the Global Eco-Village Network. And we work a lot also around the theme of the recognition of indigenous villages as eco-villages. Very precious thing we have on this earth is these indigenous cultures and indigenous villages that have a lot of wisdom still, and we want to support this wisdom not being lost, so we want to show our respect and recognition of this.
The philosophy behind GEN is that the power of human communities to come together and co-design their own pathways into the future is a major driving force for positive change. The good intentions and creativity of citizens and their willingness to make a difference is one of the most underutilized resources we have today.
So while we do this, we want to light the candles for our time together, which feels like a blessing that we can spend this time together sharing wisdom, sharing our experiences, and learning from each other. Because I know there's so much experience here, so we are going to learn from each other.
Jen defines the village as a human-scale settlement ranging from a hamlet through the conventional village to a small town or urban suburb. We envision the village to be a key element in building solutions to the problems we face today. At the village level, we can more easily step into responsibility for our future and the future of our children, oversee and express our concern for healthy relationships in and with our ecosystem, build community and take action together.
To invite 2 people to come to the training of trainers and see me this year, then I think you should run a course here in Orissa.
Fundamentally, an eco-village is a human-scale settlement consciously designed through participatory processes to secure long-term sustainability. All 4 dimensions, the economic, ecological, social, and cultural, are seen as mutually reinforcing, and attention to each is essential for holistic and healthy community development.
Well, we've been working with participatory processes a lot. So there have been some PowerPoint presentations, but most of it was really participants speaking a lot in small groups, connecting to each other, bringing out the wisdom of the group, which is a very strong tool of empowerment. And in this we had different translators, quite good translators, supporting the people in understanding each other. But also there was like a continuous process of learning to understand each other's ways of expression more easily. A continuous process of practicing intercultural communication and refining our ability to really understand each other. So in some ways language was an issue in this course. Like it's very hard to deepen the small understanding of everyday life with each other, and in some ways it was very easy to get a deep impression of how people are living, how we are facing in indigenous villages, are facing the same issues, whether it's in Brazil, in Congo, in Thailand or in Orissa.
One of the fastest growing initiatives of GEN is its educational program, with courses such as the Eco-Village Design Education, EDE, running on all continents, with the encouragement and promotion of local trainers. The EDE is a 4-week-long training that empowers communities to determine and consciously design their own course towards a sustainable future.
My sense is always it needs this bridge building. Like even now, I know I've been doing a lot of the teaching, you could say, in this first week. You did a lot, but also this bridge building from the global eco-village network to the local is also important, because then it becomes a part.
Yeah.
Like it's really understood the same values, the same message, and then in the next stage it is changed and adapted. But first the connection has to be made, and then it can be adapted. If you adapt it immediately, the link will not be there. It will break.
Adapt.
Yeah, like the eco-village concept. I mean, of course, what I showed of the eco-village in Germany and the eco-village in Scotland is not the eco-village you're going to have in Orissa, and it shouldn't be.
Right.
So the eco-village will be different.
Okay, yeah.
And we need the guidelines to link us together. But the eco-village network of India will be so different.
The curriculum has been recognized and endorsed as setting a standard for the United Nations Decade of Education for Sustainable Development 2005 to 2014. The EDE is universal in scope but local in application, directed towards honoring and drawing out valuable cultural diversity. In 2005, GAIA Education was founded from within GEN to promote this education.
Going into the village and just having a sense of everything being fine. So even though we had this, what is it called, this mandate or guidelines that were going in and coming in with the background of eco-village and working with bettering things or improving things, that's not a feeling that I had at all. Like I couldn't work with that actually. I found that I didn't have any time to even start thinking in those ways because it was just walking into someone's home, their home, and being welcome, and a feeling of just being welcomed by genuine, gentle, open people, and they offered us what they had, drinks, food, and they're busy, very busy as well with and when we started getting deeper into asking some of the questions, definitely then there's certain things, we would like to maybe talk a bit more about and so on. But yeah, there really wasn't that much time. So I also learned that in anything like any work like this, we would need quite a lot of time to get to know the people and for them to also know you before any real exchange can really begin.
While drawing upon best practice within eco-villages worldwide, Gaia Education also works in partnership with universities, government and non-government agencies and the United Nations. The Eco-Village Design Education curriculum focuses on fundamental principles, themes and aspects of sustainability design and development in general. It is systematically organized as a mandala of the 4 primary intrinsic dimensions of human experience and eco-village design: ecological, social, economic and worldview. The EDE provides an education where a thorough and objective assessment of the state of the planet is followed by place-based solutions. The EDE teaches participatory design processes through hands-on experience and thus becomes a powerful tool for networking and taking action. The EDE in Orissa started when John George, founder of Thread, came to visit the EDE in Germany in 2007. He immediately saw the potential of relating the eco-village concept and the EDE to the tribal village networks he was working with. Together with Kosha Anja Joubert, General Secretary of GEN Europe, board member of GEN International, and one of the founding members of Gaia Education Trainer, he now realized the dream of bringing the EDE to Orissa.
At the end of the course, how do you feel?
I feel very satisfied. I feel like we've done we've taken on a challenge of bringing together people from such diverse backgrounds and holding a 4-week-long conversation about these issues in such a diverse group. A large amount of learning has taken place, a huge amount of empowerment of the participants, and the way everyone's going off now to realize in their villages, in their regions, what they have learned in this course has been very inspiring.
There is a lot of potential to relate with Eco-Village North and Eco-Village of indigenous people in Orissa. So we started EDE course in India and in Orissa this year and 2011, and around 14 countries participated. So the 31 people along with Orissa Nari Samaj, that is the indigenous villages representatives, main representatives, around 10 people. And now our dream has come true. The dream of spreading eco-village concept, eco-village philosophy in all the indigenous people's villages, and that too with a leading with a Orissa Nari Samaj, the women's organization, leading the whole EDE. This year itself it is planned already. EDE course in Orissa to be conducted for young indigenous people of the Samajas, that is the tribal women's organizations. And the dream has come true.
Down.